I did want to let you know that this seminar will be recorded and it will be available for you. Let me go ahead and share my screen. We are in Matrix 201. This is part of a series. This is the second part of a 4-part series. So I did want to go into your gateway to quickly show you Miami Realtor Live, where you can access all of the pre-recorded webinars that we've selected and that we've recorded for you so that you can go ahead and jump into them at any time. Simply click on Miami Realtor Live to access those pre-recorded seminars. Scroll down and either search the type of video that you're looking for. You can select the tag that you're looking for. You can search under different playlists, or you can move through the dashboard to go over these different options that you have. So for example, under MLS, you will have all of the MLS courses already available for you in English and in Spanish. Let's jump into Matrix. So in Matrix 101, we started to familiarize ourselves with Matrix. In 201, we're going to work on a few more searches and we're going to customize our grid view of properties. We're also going to get familiar with the map on Matrix, and we're going to go over automated emails and the concierge service that you can give your clients. So we're going to click on search to begin a search. So I'm going to click on my rentals. On the top, you have something called recent searches, and the system will keep your recent activity right at the top. This is your speed bar, and you can look up properties by simply putting in the MLS number and some shorthand. Okay, I did want to make you aware of the sweeping brush to clear results. And I also wanted to scroll down to talk about additional fields and how you can add or remove them. We spoke about them in 101, but we can also go ahead and just jump into it really quick. For those of you who weren't with us this morning, add or remove, and you can add any additional information that you want to add to your search. So we're looking at a rental. One of the things that I'm aware of that I want to know is the available date. I'm going to click available date. I'm going to click add. And this way, whenever I'm looking up a rental, I want to know when it's going to be available. Okay, so I'm going to go back now that we know how to add into our additional fields. And I want to play with the map so that we're more comfortable with it. I'm going to click map. And here it is. This is our map. We have different shapes that we can create. Our map works with our criteria. And we also have a map search right at the top. So one of the map options that you have is that you have the ability to search for property near another property. For example, I'm going to put in an address. I'm not going to put Ave or road or place. I'm going to let the system allow me to go ahead and select the property. Once you click on it, the information here at the top, no map selected, will activate and turn red. So I'm going to click the property. It now says map area selected. So now that I have a map area selected and it's red, I can see that a quarter of a mile from this address, I have 18 matches. You can change that from a quarter of a mile to half a mile to a mile. So this is a great option for anyone who tells you, I'm interested in living a mile from where I am now. I love this neighborhood. I want to stay within a mile from here, or I want to stay half a mile. You can go ahead and use this feature right at the top called Map Search. If I click on my map, I'm going to see my results here circled in the radius. You can expand your radius, and you can also see the property within your radius. If you see the numbers 6, 4, 3, that means that those properties are grouped very close together. And if you click on the number, you can see the different properties that you have available in that area. You can also select properties right from the map. You can do so simply by selecting them right from the map and exit out. This is called the radius shape. I did want to show you that you have other shapes that you can use in the map. You can draw rectangles and look for property in multiple areas. So you can select with a shape to view more property. You can also either delete the shape, include is an option, as well as exclude a shape. You can expand your shape, and you can also exclude. You can clear off the map using the sweeping tool. You also have available a shape of a polygon. When you use a polygon, you are going to click on the area, move your mouse, click, move your mouse to another designated area, and the shape is going to allow you to continue to click until you've touched all points. When we created the radius, how we create that is we click and we pull down. We have a mess of shapes here. We can go ahead and start deleting them. You can also zoom in and zoom out. These little bubbles, if you're zoomed out enough, will group property for you. You also have a freehand, and you can actually just draw however you'd like, and it'll show you all of the property within that search area. These are your shapes. I did also want to clear everything and show you that you have layers that are available for you. These layers break your map up into zip codes. So if you're not fully familiar with all the zip codes, you can click on that option inside of your boundaries, and you can now see the map broken up into zip codes and then search within that area. Under boundaries, you can also break it up into city. We see we're in Medley, Doral, Lakeview. You can break it down into county. One of the boundaries that is very popular is to break it down by school district. You can see the high schools in the area. If your customer is interested in only living in the boundary of Barbara Goldman Senior High School, it will mark out that territory for you. You can do the same for middle schools and elementary schools. The boundaries that are red, it's not allowing me to select it because I am too far out in the map. So I would have to actually zoom in so that that boundary will open up for me. Simply zoom in. So now that I'm a little more zoomed in, I'm going to check to see if flood zone is available, and it's still not. So I'm going to continue to zoom into my map, open up my boundaries. Now that it's open, I can select it. I have a key. Okay, so anything that is orange is out of the special flood hazard area. So we've gone over our radius. We know how to use our rectangle. We know how to draw a polygon. We've worked on our freehands. We're familiar with different boundaries. Okay. I did want to show you that you can jump to an address or you can jump to a zip code. I'm going to type in 33183, press enter, and it'll drop me right into my area, my zip code. You can do that right in here from your map. You can put an address also, and you can save your default. These are your maps, and these are some of the characteristics that you have inside. I also do want to show you INREX Drivetime. I'm going to select it. And this is a great tool if you're working with a customer who needs to be at work or needs to be close to work and has requested to be in the area so that they can get there in 15 minutes. Okay, so you can put in their work address. They're driving here, and you can put in the time they need to get there. And then you want to get there. I'm going to put 20 minutes out. I'm going to select add. And the map will create a boundary of the area that they can live in to be able to get to work within 20 minutes. And that's under INREX. Once you go back to the circle, you can click change drive time info and you can edit that. I'm going to update it to 10 minutes, select update. And again, the system will go ahead and update the map to show me the area where I can look, right? So she can get to work in 10 minutes. I'm going to go into my results to talk a little bit about my grid. Here you have where you can select your properties. Here we have a photos that you can look at before in selecting or even going inside of the property page. We have our history. The history is the history of the property inside of the MLS, not the tax roll information. You can click on it and see the activity of a listing. Here you can see the map. Here you have the tax roll, the tax record of realist. Here you have IMAP, okay, so that you can access tax roll information right from the grid. You have the MLS number. We have the status, the area, the address, arrows pointing up, means that there's been a price increase. Arrows pointing down means that there's been a price decrease. We have our pricing per month or per year. If it's furnished or not furnished, we have our bedrooms, our full baths, our half baths, the style, the year built, if we have a garage, 1, 2, or none. Also, we have our subdivision name. If we have a pool, our lot size, if it's waterfront, and our property tours, in case our virtual tours. I did want to let you know that you can sort the information in order simply by clicking the title. So I can put my subdivision in order alphabetically. I can do the same thing for pricing. So I'll have the lowest price to the highest price. You can do the same thing for square feet. This little star means that square foot information came from a tax roll service. If it doesn't have a little star, it means it's not verified and that the agent manually inputted that information. And that goes for square feet. It also goes for subdivision name. Okay, so I want my biggest properties at the top, so I click square feet. I did want to show you that you can customize this grid simply by hover over the column that you would like to move and wait until you have a four arrows pointing in different direction, and then simply drag it. So if I want to see my square foot and I want to move it next to my list price, you can do that for all of the fields that you have on your grid. Just simply wait until you have the 4 pointed arrows to move them. Another option that you can do is that you can add a criteria so that when you're looking at rentals, it will automatically populate. You can do that by clicking in the space next to the word, and these options will fill or auto-populate for you. And you have the option to remove a column or to insert a column. In this example, we want to insert one. You can insert any of the criteria available on the MLS. So for example, for rentals, I want to know if there's going to be an application fee when my customer wants to register with the association. Is there an application fee? I'm going to click apply. So whenever I'm looking at rentals, that information is available for me. And you can see that it appeared here. Okay, and I'm going to put that right in the front. There's an application fee. This is how big the property is. This is the price. You got to pay by month. These are bed and baths. If I want to add something else, I'm going to do it one more time. You want to click on a space. If you click on the space, you simply click insert column. You can either scroll through the information, or you can go ahead and type it in. I'm going to put available date and select apply, and my available date will appear. So I'm not showing properties that are still not available yet. And I can go ahead and sort that as well if I'd like. And you can simply drag it and move it to where it is that you want to see that information. You also have the option to remove a column. So let's say I want to remove sales price. My sales price is blank because I'm only looking at active properties. So when I look for active rentals, I don't need to see this. So I'm going to simply click on the space, click remove column, and remove it. I'm seeing 25 matches. I can extend that by clicking here. I can see up to 100 at a time. You can also save this. This criteria, now that I've changed it, it will revert back to how it was originally. So what I want to do is I want to save this criteria so every time I look up a rental, I can see when it's available. I can see if it has an application fee, and I can see my square feet next to my listing price every time I look in this. So I think it's a great idea to go through your different categories. You can do this for a rental since we're in the rental section. When we go to single family, you have the option to customize your single family views. And how it is that you save this to the system is simply clicking on this little note page with a pencil. You want to click on that and name it. So it says agent single line rental. You can change it to say whatever you'd like. Rental view, save as a copy. The system will let you know that it has been created. And then under display right here, where it says my, those are the custom views that I've created. Revert, unsave changes. You can also delete it and remove it. So that is how you customize your grid view. If you see here at the bottom, we have some options that are not activated yet. You would have to select property to activate them. So I'm selecting property to wake some of those up so we can talk about them. Here at the bottom, you have actions. You can refine your search. You can save a search, and you can cart property. You can narrow the search, and it'll only show you what you've selected. You can click on original results to go back. You can also click discard, and it'll remove the properties that I've selected. So this one, the narrow, you also have the option of save. So you can save new searches. You can do a new automated email also. So in 101, we did a new save search, and that means you can save any of the searches that you've created, and you can find those under My Matrix, Save Searches, and you can go back. And what you're saving is the criteria of what it is that you're looking for. I wanted to do a new auto email for you guys. So let's select some of these properties, select new auto email. Selecting a new auto email, what does it mean? It means that I'm able to create a criteria, send that information to my customer, and the system will automatically send new properties that have hit the market without me having to recreate that search on a weekly basis or every other day so that she sees new property. I only have to do this once, and the system will automatically send her property based on our scheduling that we've created. To do that, we clicked on auto email. We're then going to select our contacts. You can either use the drop-down arrow. If you have not put in the customer under your contacts, you can create a new contact from here. So they've created both to help you be more efficient. Okay, I can BCC myself. I can also copy maybe Chris's roommate or Chris's significant other. We can do so here. We put in a subject. Okay, here you do have the explanation of how the portal works. You can review it, you can update it, you can delete the whole thing and do your own. And then here you have the reoccurring message that comes with the follow-up emails. So you can take the time to see what it is that you'd like the system to say. So your first email that you send, this is the information that will be part of the email, and any email with new property hitting the market, they will receive this verbiage. Okay, we have our signature, we have our criteria, and we have this selected here that says show this contact and reverse prospecting results. Reverse prospecting results means that if you are a listing agent, you can see if another agent has shown your property to a client. So you can follow up with that buyer agent, right? If you've lowered the price or if they're interested or want more information about that property. You also have here concierge. Concierge mode, you can go ahead and select that. What does concierge mode mean? Concierge mode means that the properties won't automatically be sent to your customer. They will first stop with you so that you can review those properties. After you've reviewed the properties, then you can go ahead and allow the properties to be sent. You're going to tell the system that, yes, I've reviewed these properties. I want to remove these from what's been pulled, and I want to send this to my customer. And you do so by clicking on concierge. So for this example, I want to schedule properties to automatically go to my customer. You can schedule ASAP, so emails will automatically be sent to your customer as property or new property hits the market. So they'll be receiving multiple emails a day. I think if you are doing a rental and they have a short window, then go ahead and enable ASAP. But that is a lot of email to receive in a day. So you do have daily emails and you can schedule them. AM emails, they go out at 8 a.m. PM emails go out at 8 p.m. And you can select the days that you'd like it to go out based on the conversation that you have with your customer. So they want to receive emails not in the morning, they're working, they don't really have time, so I would remove all of the AM. They want to receive them in the afternoons, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Right, that's when they want to see properties, so that's what I'm going to schedule. And then I would press save to complete this auto email. But before I do that, I did want to show you that you have a monthly option. So a monthly option is great for that person that is interested in taking that step, purchasing a property, is just interested in what's in the market, but needs to complete additional steps to be ready to actually for them, right? So you do have that option available. Once I click save, an auto email will begin and will be sent out to my customer. My customer needs to open the first email inside of the portal for the system to continue to send them emails. So you want to verify, and that's why we set up our verifications, that portal was open the first time. If you did not come into Matrix 101, I did briefly want to show you where that is. Under My Matrix, under Settings, scroll down to Portal Notifications, input your phone number, and make sure to select Visit Portal First Time, because if this isn't updated, then you won't be notified by the system that your agent has opened up that concierge or that saved email. Okay, I'm going to go back to search. I was inside of rental. I can go right up here to my recent searches. The system holds them for you. And I'm back to where I started. I'm going to do one more, a new auto email, and this time I'm going to do the concierge. I'm going to select my contact, subject, my information, and I'm going to click Enable Concierge Mode, save, go to Approvals. So I've created a concierge email. Okay, these are the other emails that I've sent, and this is the approval page. Okay, I can approve either all 51 or select the ones that I approve. Once you tell the system that you've approved the listings, they'll all be sent out, and the system will notify you. You also have an area on your home page that says concierge. So whenever new properties will come in, you'll receive an email, and it'll also populate under concierge under one of your widgets inside of your main page. Recent searches. I can go back to where I was. So we've gone over refine. We've gone over actions. We also have carts. Carts are available for you. Normally, carts are used to basically put property together that your customer has not yet seen. You can cart it. Normally, we use carts for showing property, right? You can go ahead and add it to your new listing cart. So you'd simply click New Cart, and you can also name it or customize it. You can also do the drop down and select your contact, and you can save it. You can go home, and you can see my carts. When I click it, I'll have the properties available for me. I can select them, and I have more options of what I can do. I can either print them, I can email them, I can begin a CMA, I can look for directions from one property to the other, I can export them, create statistics, or I can click on Showtime and begin a Showtime route. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that during these times, we've done mostly virtual showings, but when that's lifted, we normally use showing time to schedule appointments. We cart all those properties together that we would like to show, and we can go ahead and verify our information here under showing time, because the goal is once you send property to your customer, we're hoping that they want to see some of these so that they would eventually rent one of these properties. You also have this drop-down menu where you can create a new showing time cart from here, or you can add to a tour that you've already started on. I'm going to go ahead and do that and click Next. And the system will go ahead and pull the properties that I was interested in showing into my showing time cart of my customer. And from one place, I can go and schedule multiple showings at once. As agents, we normally don't show one property at a time. We normally will show, my suggestion is no more than 5. So you do have that available here to kind of be able to do all this from one place. So you go ahead and select the time and date that you're interested in showing the property simply by clicking Pick a Time. You can go ahead and select that time. Okay, and you have the options of putting in a note to the listing agent. You would do that for all of your properties that you're showing. So this is for an example. Most property showings can be spaced apart half an hour to an hour. If you're in the same building, you can go ahead and select 15 minutes. And as you select these and register the times in order, of course, it will tell you how far one property is from another. So when you first select the properties, if you would like, you can drop down to where it says Smart Route. And it'll put your properties in order based on the best way to reach all of the destinations that you have. To remove a property that you don't want to show, you can simply select Remove. To add a property from the outside, you can simply add it here. Okay, you can put in an MLS number here. You can put in multiple at a time simply by adding a comma. Okay, so once you have all of your selected properties, you can go ahead and keep them in order by selecting whether you've requested the property, they've confirmed with you, or they've canceled, so that you keep everything in order. And you can also click Send Request, so that the system will send all of the requests to the different listing agents all at the same time for the dedicated time that you've put in here. And I also did want to show you that I'm not going to go ahead and send the request, but you also have it available down where it says Send Request. So that is the carts, and that is showing time. So we've learned a little bit about the searching. I want to go into the RE1, RE2. We've done some rentals. I did want to show you that you can search multiple units at once, and you can do so right here under Map Search by simply clicking More. You can search multiple addresses at once here. I did want to show you that you can search different cities simply by using Control. So let's scroll down. The Control button, if you have an Apple, what you'll have next to your space bar is a Command button. So let's go ahead and select Atlantis. I can also select Bar Harbor. Okay, so you can do multiple cities at once. You can use the same Control button to unselect a property. Okay, and I did want to do an example of a subdivision. You can put in a neighborhood, and you can see that I have 19 matches, results. I did want to show you that when you do the asterisk on each side, you will see the subdivision available. So anything that says Doral Estate will show, and you can go ahead and, like we learned before, just put it in order of what you have available. I also wanted to let you know that we're going to be able to go over Market Watch. So I'm going to go to Home, and we're going to work on Market Watch. I'm going to go ahead and customize it so I'm not looking at the entire MLS, because what you're looking at here is Miami-Dade, Broward County. You're looking at St. Lucie, Martin, and Palm Beach all at once. So what we can do is we can customize it so that we're looking at our own service area. So we're going to click on Customize, and you can pick the type of property that you want to see. So I want to see single family. I'm going to press Control and the condos. And then I'm going to click a city of my interest or my service area. For example, I'm going to click Coral Gables. I'm going to press Save. And now it's easier for me to let the system talk to me every morning. I can see all of the new properties in Coral Gables, all of the properties that are back on the market, the properties that have decreased or increased in price, anything that's active with a contract that's been canceled, that they've closed on a unit, anything that's pending, temporary off the market, withdrawn or expired. I can look at in the past 7 days, in the past 24 hours, what's happened today, or in the last 3 days. Okay, you can customize it for your single families or any type of property that you have available. So we can go ahead and do the same thing for our rentals. Simply click Customize, so you're not just looking at the entire MLS. Scroll down and select the city that you're interested in seeing. I'm going to click Coral Gables, Save, and now I have that information available for me within my Market Watch. I'm going to show you that you can see the results. I'm going to click on New. You can see that everything is in the city of Coral Gables. And you have your Market Watch here at the top available, so you don't have to go back to the home screen to continue to do research. I did want to show you an area on the website before we wrap up and ask questions. I wanted to show you a very important area on our website under miamirealtors.com, the MLS. I want to show you that this area is where you have your MLS rules and regulations that you want to be familiar with. You have your MLS fines, so you want to know how to avoid fines, right? If you're looking for an unlicensed assistant or what an unlicensed assistant can do for you, you can find that here. Any additional resources, tutorials, and webinars are here. We have our open house search. During this time, under MLS resources, one of the areas is called the right resources right now. And they've created this to tie in with these uncertain times. So we have everything to help you make your business more virtual. And you have that available under MLS resources, the right resources right now. Okay, so I'm hoping you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with Matrix 101 and Matrix 201. We know how to do our concierge emails. We know how to search properties. We're familiar with our maps. We're familiar with our grids. 301 is about data and statistics and how to pull some reports. We also go over the beginning of the CMA and how to create that report. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to open up my chat and see what I have. Hope you guys can come tomorrow to go over statistics, Matrix 301. Looking forward to seeing you guys. My name is Christy Denny's. My email is christy@miamire.com. Feel free to contact me with any questions. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for being a Miami member. And I'll see you soon.